So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. Ramondre Stevenson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Lad McConkey, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. Nick Herbig there on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Right back to Tracy. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them with no gain.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Handoff now. It's Gray with it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Jones wants to change it up. 2nd and 11. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Forced out to his left. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this fourth down call.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll try the right side with Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective, and they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now it's Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On the give, this is Harris. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very